Streaming from Oklahoma's own digital studio, this is OU Football Update, brought to you by Braum's.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Sooner Pod here on Oklahoma's own sports midweek edition, as it's OU Tennessee week. Sooners headed to Neyland Stadium in front of 100,000 plus coming up on Saturday night. And I'm joined for this episode by the great Chris Williams, also known as C. Willie. A lot of people call him Room Temp, my partner at News 9. How are you today, Chris?
Hey, you said off camera that I'm your favorite Chris that you work with in any of your jobs. So that was good to hear. I really appreciated that.
I hope Plank doesn't watch this or any of the other 12 Chris's that I work with right now. But I like you're way at the very top. Maybe number one. I'll see. Wow. We'll see how Plank does on the sidelines this weekend. A lot of pressure on him right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have had the Brent Venables and Ben Arbuckle press conferences now midweek. Oklahoma obviously trying to bounce back from the Ole Miss loss. 4 games to go. First 2 on the road. At Tennessee is first up, primetime Saturday night. So, biggest takeaway from what BV had to say?
Ooh, from what BV had to say. I thought you were going to go Arbuckle first.
All right, let me try that again. All right, let's start here. Biggest takeaway from what Arbuckle had to say?
Biggest takeaway from Arbuckle, I think he's still trusting the process. He's still given the same types of answers that he was given when this offense was flowing early in the season. Still taking the same steps and approach along the way, which is, it's good to see as long as the offense gets going again. But it's good that he's staying true to that. I don't sense any panic from him or anything like that. Still very process-oriented. So that was my takeaway from what he had to say.
A lot of questions today for both coaches about John Matir. Mm-hmm. He has struggled, certainly since coming back from the thumb surgery. Nobody would argue with that. Even John Matir wouldn't argue with that. What was said about how they try to get him back on track?
Yeah, I mean, like Brent said, you got to put your arm around him, but you have to be honest with him with those conversations and looking through it. And once again, he said, and he said it before, I mean, regardless of who his quarterback is, you can't expect to play good opponents and win if you have poor quarterback play. But he also said you don't need your quarterback to play perfect to win those games.
Get your arm around him, talk open and honest with them, and try to help them manage the burden of expectations and the burden of responsibility. Certainly everything goes through the quarterback. I've said this a lot. You playing good people, you can't have a quarterback that plays poorly and expect to win. But you don't have to play perfect and win either. You just have to be able to manage the game well. And, for the most part, he's done a really good job of that. We are 6-2. The success that we've had have been because he's done a great job of playing well at all the right times, and then again collectively around him, we gotta play better as well to help him. But you always, I've talked to him from the beginning of the day to the end of the day when we cross paths, both here in the building and out on the practice field, and what the defense is doing, where the weak spots are, things of that nature. But my biggest role is in trying to support him and help him, manage the responsibility from a leadership standpoint.
And I think that continues to be the message to John is get back into it. We need you to make some plays, but we don't need you to be Superman. And they talk a lot about his eyes and his fundamentals and his footwork. And I think that kind of gets into it, is he wants to make a play so bad that it throws him off. And Arbuckle, I love when they pull the curtain back a little bit about the discussions. And Arbuckle said, telling him, if you look here at your first read and it's not there, that's okay, but you need to move on to the next one. And so you get the feeling that there's a little bit, and it looks like that when you're out there. It looks like John Matir is uncomfortable. It looks like he's indecisive, and that's part of it. He wants, I want to hit this shot so bad, it's not there. Maybe it'll be there in a second, and it needs to get back to the basics of progression, right? It's not there. What's my next read? What's my next? Where's my check down?
Yeah. So it's hard sometimes when that pocket starts collapsing around you to not just go one read and take off too. And the pass protection hasn't been the greatest the last few games. He has become streaky. He actually started this game 10 of his first 11. and then obviously finished colder after that. But that's been more noticeable. I don't remember that first 4 games. I don't remember him being streaky like that. He had a really good long streak against South Carolina too, but they just need a 60-minute streak against Tennessee on Saturday night. It's gonna be tough to win there. Opinion on the Volunteers from Venables and Arbuckle?
Well, I mean, they're impressed by that offense. And it's funny, it's finally that big storyline from the offseason is relevant to where we are, right? Of the quarterback, Nico Imaliava, waits until I finally learned how to pronounce his name, and then he does whatever happened with the NIL, whatever, ends up at UCLA, and then Joey Aguilar transfers from UCLA to Tennessee. It's like a trade. And it felt like that was a drop-off, and now you look at it, and they're top 5 in the country in scoring, top 5 in passing, top 5 in total offense, and you go, but the Volunteers, I mean, that worked out well, and that speaks to what Heupel's doing down there, and that speaks to, but they're impressed by that group, and they know this is going to be another big test for that defense come Saturday.
I don't know how much, and you can think about this, I don't know how much you've watched Tennessee this year, but I'm curious how you would compare Ole Miss and Tennessee, offenses and defenses. While you think about that, let's have a burger and a milkshake from our good friends at...
It's time to enjoy the sweet taste of Braum's Strawberry Shortcake Sundae. Our creamy vanilla ice cream is nestled on top of Braum's fresh-baked golden bundt cakes, with spoonfuls of delicious strawberry topping all around, complete with fluffy whipped cream and a cherry, to create the perfect flavor combination. Strawberry goodness is waiting for you at Braum's.
Delicious. Strawberry milkshake for me, for you?
Probably vanilla, but with some mix-ins. You know, you can get the candy bar mix-ins in there.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, we had what were we talking about with Teddy the other day? We were given our favorite ice cream flavors. I can't remember why, but, I said chocolate chip, blah, blah, blah. Teddy said vanilla.
Yeah.
Which...
You can't go wrong with vanilla.
But vanilla ice cream can't be your favorite ice cream, or I think that says something about you, right?
Well, never.
You're probably not that adventurous of an individual if vanilla ice cream is your favorite ice cream.
You can like chocolate, but not always be in the mood for chocolate. Are you ever not in the mood for vanilla? You're never saying, no, I'm not really in the mood for vanilla. It's versatile.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Moving on. How do you compare Tennessee and Ole Miss?
Well, the Tennessee defense, in almost every way, is a step back from Ole Miss, but they turn their opponents over. They're just finding a way to get takeaways, and that's a huge part of the game. And if you're looking at it going, would I rather give up a few, some fewer yards some games, but get more? Those turnovers are huge, and that helps an explosive offense. So I think that as much as it feels like it's a downgrade on the defense they'll be facing this week, you got to make sure you're taking care of the football against Tennessee. They're forcing fumbles. They are 5 interceptions, I think. So, it's not an eye-popping defense, but they'll turn you over, and that can change a game, as you know, like that.
That's a great point. If you don't turn it over, you got a great chance of scoring against them. They give up a lot of points and a lot of yards, but they gamble a ton. They are very aggressive, and that's going to be the storyline, I think, of this game. If Oklahoma can take care of the football, you don't have to score on every possession.
Yeah.
But if you can take care of the football on Saturday, you're going to score. And it might be enough to win this football game, but you can't be -2, -3 in the turnover margin. Offensively, the reason I bring this up is because I think they're similar teams.
Yeah.
They're both much better on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side. Tennessee, very good offensively. How do you think they compare to Ole Miss?
Well, it's hard because so much of – you look at the stats and it doesn't feel like OU's defense played well just by the numbers of it. But, I mean, they held them to field goals. And then so many of the breakdowns were just Chambliss being able to somehow make a play in the big moment. So To me, I mean, I know Aguilar's a good quarterback, and he obviously knows how to run the system there, but I'm curious, is he going to be able to break contain as well as Chambliss did? Is he going to be able to beat the spy, extend the play, that kind of – and he is good at those things, but that's the big question for me. I think it's a great offense with weapons all over, but are they going to be able to do those little – I mean, those 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 8s where he was scrambling are just backbreakers in every way of it. Is that kind of how you see the Tennessee offense as well?
High-powered. Aguilar's been great.
Yeah.
You could make an argument. He's been the best quarterback in the SEC this year. If you just look statistically at what he's done, he's been fantastic. Obviously, he caught on to Josh Heupel's offense very quickly. And, I think so. I think Ole Miss might be a little bit more well-rounded. I like Keywan Lacey a little bit better maybe at running back, but they're talented too. They're two really good offenses. Just to go back to what we were talking about with the defenses, for me, this entire game comes down to turnover margin. I mean, I think Oklahoma will have some success against them. They got to have better success, like you said, on 3rd down against them, where they've been good this year.
Yeah.
But they got to turn them over a couple of times and get Joey Aguilar to throw you the football. Get in there on a blitz and force a fumble. In some way, create some short fields to help your offense. If OU's +2 in the turnover margin at the end of the night, they got a chance of winning this football game. But that takes both sides of the ball cooperating in that. Offense got to take care of it. Defense has to do their part and create some. And for Pete's sake, no fumbles on punts. No fumble punts.
Yes.
Gives them a shot. But
I'm curious.
This right here is a major storyline.
Yes. So you were there with the Baker Mayfield when they went to Neyland. Was that 2015? 15. What is that atmosphere? I've never been out there. Paint me the picture of it.
Best I've ever been a part of. Best road atmosphere I've ever been a part of. It was also a night game early in the season, so both teams were unbeaten at the time. And Tennessee was trying to, kind of be on its way back. Oklahoma was hoping to be on its way back. It wasn't a great football game because neither offense could move the ball at all until the 4th quarter. It was a pretty ho-hum game until the 4th. And every Sooner fan remembers there was talk about whether they should pull Baker Mayfield and put Trevor Knight in the game or not. And then Baker Mayfield magic was born there in Knoxville. But it's 100,000+ people. They checkered the stands for that game like they did for this photo behind me. I don't know if they're doing that Saturday night. I think everybody's wearing black.
Right?
Yeah. There were 1,000 3rd downs in this game both ways, and every 3rd down they blare on the speakers, 3rd down for what? And so for months afterwards, my boys who went with me that night were singing 3rd down for what? Just a tremendous college football environment. It's a great, old, huge, classic college football stadium right on the Tennessee River. You got the Vol Navy right outside, so you got all these boats. People have come down the river from both directions, up and down the river. They park their boats, they tie them together, and so right outside the stadium, it's just a massive sea of boats. And armada is what I'm supposed to call that, right? An armada of boats. And 90% of them are flying Tennessee flags, but there will be some OU flags mixed in there. You'll see some OU boats and stuff. And so that's like the pre and post game party, and the day before everybody's on the river and on their boats. It's a great setting for college football. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, it was a classic game, so that helps lead to the enjoyment of it. But ever since that game, it's been a decade now, I've been looking forward to the day we could return. And so this is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how the game's going to turn out, but of all the places I've called football games, in Notre Dame, the Rose Bowl, Ohio State, everywhere around the SEC, nothing's been better than Neyland Stadium as far as I'm concerned.
Jeez, you're getting.
And I'm not just saying that because all of them are mad at me right now. Thoroughly has been. Thoroughly, they have a tremendous environment there. Are you looking forward to it?
I am, Toby. And two things Arbuckle was asked about, and I expect to be a big part of the game plan, is are you going to give Xavier Robinson the ball more, and why haven't you already? And how do you get the ball in the hands of Deion Burks more? And there were opportunities, he said, that were missed to try to get it to him. I think those are the two big keys. If Robinson can run as tough as he ran the other day, that helps when you're on the road in those environments. I mean, that would be big time.
How many carries? Prediction, how many carries does Robinson get Saturday?
How many carries does Ooh. I wanted to say 35 off the bat. Just that's unrealistic. No, I think he probably no fewer than 15 carries for Robinson. It kind of depends. If they fall behind early, obviously that changes things. I'll say ball in his hands between 15 and 20 times between runs or short passes designed to just get the ball in the hands of Xavier Robinson. Does that sound?
I like it. My prediction is first half, Torrey Blaylock gets 12 carries. Mm-hmm. Xavier Robinson gets 5. Second half, Torrey Blaylock gets 3 carries. Xavier Robinson gets 15 or 20. Now, it depends on if you're ahead or behind, but I think he gets stronger and more effective as the game goes along. As defenses get tired, Xavier Robinson is a tougher guy to tackle.
Just imagine.
So a little Trey Sermon-esque.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Start to wear down, and then that guy's running at you. That sounds like an awful way to spend your Saturday.
Hey, if you're enjoying our 3 times a week Sooner Pods, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it if you do that. And we'll see you Friday with another OU Tennessee preview. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you for watching this Oklahoma's own digital studio stream. Stay with News 9, online and on television anytime for the latest news, weather, and sports.